Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to once again cover PlayStation being absolutely cooked as far as their PC releases go. I mean, I've never... I was about to say something so hyperbolic. I was about to say that I've never seen a company that formerly had so much goodwill nuke their goodwill so quickly, but like that's not true whatsoever. There have been so many people. Like, what am I talking about when I say that level of hyperbole? Like, gaming's a crap show a lot of the times. I guess it hits home with me a little bit more because I have been a PlayStation fan. Like, when it comes to consoles, PlayStation has always been my go-to console. PlayStation 1 was my first console ever. And just to see them get this cooked, like cooked beyond belief for a wide variety of reasons, it's honestly a little bit depressing to me. But let's get with the news. Horizon Forbidden West has now been region locked for users in non-PSN countries today. So you don't have the option to buy the game in those regions anymore. If you don't know, Horizon Forbidden West didn't have mandatory PSN account linking. It was before the initiative. It was really the final game before the initiative got going. Ghost of Tsushima implemented it for its Legends multiplayer, and then after that, it was every game is going to require PSN account linking. God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2 coming out here shortly, Lego Horizons, that came out. All of these games, even if they're totally single-player games, require PSN account linking. Now, there are mods out there that bypass this, and so on and so forth. Then I get it that there's going to be a lot of people just crapping on, why do you care about Horizon? First of all, I love Horizon. I think it's, like, for me personally, for the style of games that I enjoy, it is literally my favorite PlayStation IP. Am I saying it's the best PlayStation IP? And I am saying the ones that are running right now, which to be fair, aren't that many because every studio is on pause working on live service games, but you get the idea. In terms of the, like, if you compare it to God of War, Spider-Man, and let's just throw Last of Us in there now because Last of Us 2 destroyed the franchise in my opinion, I would pick Horizon over those games. Now, Horizon Forbidden West, I do think narratively got a little bit off the rails, but in terms of the open world, the visuals, the gameplay, is right up my alley. It's the type of game that I enjoy. And again, it's not the best game. A lot of people view it as a soulless experience. And hey, if that's your opinion, more power to you. I really enjoy it. And, you know, it is what it is. But putting that aside, putting everybody's opinions on Horizon aside, the desperation to get the people in your ecosystem, I get it. It's not just Sony and PlayStation, and a lot of people are going to throw that out there. Ubisoft has it with Ubisoft Connect, and as much goodwill as Ubisoft is trying to restore, they ain't going to be pulling Ubisoft Connect. We all know this, and if they do, I mean, that would earn them a lot of goodwill back, but I just don't see them doing that. EA has it with a lot of their games, not every game, you know, recent releases like Dragon Age the Veilguard had no EA Origin account linking or anything like that, but Jedi Survivor did. And Rockstar has it with the Rockstar Games Launcher. However, the difference is PSN is not available in a plethora of countries, so they are effectively locking these games away unless you sail the high seas from people even checking out these games. And if you look at the numbers, we went over the most relevant stat, and I'm not going to do the whole breakdown again in this video, but let it be known that there is a legitimate consequence of requiring PSN account linking and limiting these games to being available in only regions that PSN has offered and having PSN account linking. First of all, there's damage done to your reputation. Like, you are a clown show on social media. Like, let's just be honest here. PlayStation, I don't think at this point they care about their goodwill with their audience. I think they just care about having people in their ecosystem, and ultimately I think that is going to have consequences. You see it with Ubisoft now that it's fine and dandy to destroy all of your goodwill. You're making money, you're doing good on microtransactions and all that. Now what's Ubisoft doing? Goodwill is a really, really valuable asset, and once it's gone, yes, you can't quantify it, but once it's gone, you're kind of desperate in trying to get it back like Ubisoft is right now. Now, that desperation is to a point. They still ain't removing Ubisoft Connect, but Ubisoft is in dire straits. I'm not saying PSN is going to go to that extent, but what I am saying is PSN, I believe, this is my personal opinion, them nuking their goodwill right now is going to have consequences in the future. I think this perception that PlayStation exclusives are automatically these big titles that everybody needs to check out, I think PlayStation has destroyed that. I don't think they have that perception anymore, and ultimately, I think Ghost of Yote will do fine. I think that'll do well. I think Intergalactic is gonna be in trouble in terms of its commercial reception because PlayStation, and I think a big part of that is because PlayStation has destroyed that level of goodwill that they've had with their audience. That does not exist anymore. It exists to an extent. I mean, it will always exist to an extent with like the fanboys and the people that are blind. I get that, but they are destroying it for a lot of people. They aren't perceived in the same way that they were in the late 2010s. That's my opinion, and I don't think they're doing anything to go back on that. In fact, I think with all of the game cancellations, mandatory PSN account linking, and remember, what do these game cancellations stem from? It is from them being just criminally out of touch with their consumer base, thinking games like Concord were gonna resonate with their audience, benching a studio like Bend from doing a Days Gone 2 and instead doing a live service game that ultimately gets canceled. They're burning money, they're not doing the games that people want, and I can understand, I can empathize with the execs that are like, oh bro, Days Gone 2 just ain't gonna sell that well, Gravity Rush 3 just ain't gonna sell that well, let's do Concord, we can sell them skins. I can see if you are so just criminally out of touch is the only way that I can put it. You don't know what your audience wants, but you have this idea that, man, we just gotta sell them these skins and we can make that passive revenue. I get why these games get greenlit in the first place. I get that if you are out of touch, if you just look at the gravy train that Fortnite could potentially give you, a Fortnite-like game, yeah, I get how these games are greenlit. Ultimately, anybody with a functioning brain cell that has a comprehension of the PlayStation audience and the gaming audience in general knew that a game like Concord wasn't going to pop off, and also can figure out how doing things like forcing PSN account linking, this in conjunction with everything else. In a vacuum, again, PSN account linking probably isn't the biggest deal in the world. I think region locking your games away from regions, that is a big deal, but the idea of PSN account linking, again, Ubisoft has it, Rockstar has it, we all complain about that. Let's not, like, lose sight of that everybody complains about that. It's just at least those games are available in every region, and this is just one of many things that PlayStation has been doing in terms of destroying their consumer goodwill, and I don't think they're going to be changing anytime soon. They've canceled how many games? Like 9 games, 11 games, some crazy like that, and now they're trying to, you know, generate revenue on other platforms, which is great. I'm happy that these games are releasing on PC, and that's one of the good things. It's just unfortunate that, yeah, these back catalog games are releasing on PC, which is great, but are they going to be releasing a lot more games? Because they're almost running out of games that they could port. You could go into the well of, like, the older PS4 games. Like, obviously, Bloodborne's always on the table. Uncharted Trilogy is on the table. But you're not looking at, you know, like Astrobot, that's the newest game. Spider-Man 2 is about to come out. What in 2024 did first party put out that they can port? Astrobot, that's really it. Concord came out day one, and then if you want to look at games like Stellar Blade and Rise of Ronin, which aren't first party games, you get the idea. But yeah, it's just PlayStation destroying their goodwill is a multifaceted issue that isn't just based on their PSN account linking. It's just so wild how cooked they are, but unfortunately they can continue being completely cooked because they don't have any direct competition. And in fact, they're in a position where their direct competitor in Microsoft and Xbox is probably going to release more games on PlayStation platforms than PlayStation releases on PlayStation platforms. Let that sink in for a second. So the idea of competition isn't really there. Nintendo on an island of their own, but Nintendo's going to outsell the PS5 like nobody's business with the Switch too. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Unfortunate news, but ultimately, I think at some point Sony's gonna push back on this in the sense of like forcing this and requiring PSN account linking and everything like that. I don't think they'll ever go the route of creating their own app. I just think they would be beyond washed at that point. But yeah, they're being negatively impacted by it, and they aren't making as much money as they potentially could. But the trade-off is if you get people into that PlayStation ecosystem, maybe you can get them into buying a PlayStation, and ultimately if you get them into the actual PlayStation ecosystem instead of just buying PlayStation games on PC, there's a larger opportunity in making games off the people if they actually have a PlayStation. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.